It's getting increasingly more and more difficult to do these when I think I have time to, because every time I want to, some other bullshit comes in and just like swoops me off my feet. Um, yeah, with that said, how y'all doing? Don't matter. Don't leave a comment. Backspace your whole comment. I don't care. I actually have some songs written down today, which I never do. But first on this list is the Eminem KILLSHOT song that he used to diss Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly also came out with an EP last week called Binge. Shit was trash. But Eminem goes on to say how he's better at 80 than Machine Gun Kelly would be at 20. Past everything that Machine Gun Kelly's still thriving to be. It's just an awkward position for somebody like Machine Gun Kelly, especially when he came out with such confidence and such bravado, knowing that he has some juice, and then Eminem just said, nah, that's mine. As a diss record, I just think it's strong. I think it makes the point. It keeps the spirit of hip-hop. There's a lot of subtle references. There's also some references to Diddy, which a lot of people took entirely too seriously. I thought it was all in good fun, but I guess not. Eminem also has another track called Lucky You, which features Joyner Lucas. Great verses, great flows from both of them. Eminem lyrically dominates this track. The beat he's on perfect pace with. Levels to the shit. I got an elevator. You can never say to me I never broke a fucking record. I sound like a broken record every time I break a record. It's ridiculous. Go listen to that if you haven't. The next track you already know. I've reviewed Blood Orange, Negro Swan, which means beautiful black in my opinion. I just think it's a great. I think it's a great album. I think there's a lot of nice R&B soul mixes on there. I think he's a great singer. I just think he goes perfectly with the aesthetic of this album. Self-love, finding yourself, loving yourself, learning to love yourself, making family out of friends, making family out of who you find enjoyable as opposed to who you're biologically predisposed to. I just love the thought. I love the sympathy. I love the emotion behind it. One of my favorites being Nappy Wonder, I believe, where the chorus is, feelings never had no ethics. Feelings never have been nothing cold. And just to explain that feelings don't really make sense. It's okay to feel how you feel. How you act upon those things is a totally different story. But feeling out of feeling is okay. There's no ethical, logical reason sometimes behind the way you feel. It just is what it is. Brockhampton came out with Iridescence. Enjoyable album. In my opinion, it sits kind of closer to the bottom of everything that they've released so far. All American Trash wasn't the best, so I still think Iridescence is a step above that. And I'm not saying that Iridescence is a bad album. I'm just saying in comparison to the Saturation trilogy thus far, I think it sits closer to the bottom of their discog. Not as enjoyable in my opinion. The beats aren't as great or as interesting. I do understand that they were sadder on this album, or a little bit more sad. Amir Van leaving them probably had an impact as well. They probably were questioning how they were going to continue moving forward, if they still had the same momentum, if everything was still going to go right for them. I believe they were signed when Amir was still with them, I'm sure. So I don't know if they were fearing that they'd be looked at any differently. I know they were sad. I know they were a little bit depressed. The music definitely shows that. But I just think there were catchier, more melodic tunes on their Saturation trilogy. But one track that I do really enjoy here just from start to finish probably is Berlin. Everybody's verse is beautiful. Where Joba comes in and starts giving these dollars. It's incredible. It really is. I also really like District. It sounds like an Atari video game, or you're playing Centipede in the background for the beat. It's really crazy, really abrasive, lots of energy. I don't feel like there's as much cohesion with the group on this one as there were on the Saturation trilogy, but I do feel like everybody that wasn't stepping up in Saturation series definitely stepped up in this one. I just don't know if I think I needed, all the extra. It felt a little bit all over the place, not as connected. It didn't feel like it took as much time in my opinion, but it is what it is. Brockhampton's still a great group. I still like what they've been putting out, but Berlin definitely is my favorite track on the album, most likely. District 2, love that one. Now, I know y'all been wanting me to talk about J.I.D 151 Rum. I listened to it, all right? And it's not that I'm not impressed. It's about what I expected from J.I.D. It's nothing crazy in my opinion, but one thing I do have to mention that I don't like at all about this song is just how long it takes for the song to get started. The beat takes up the first 40 seconds of the track. I'm like, all right, I hear you, but where you going with this? Like, where are you really trying to go? And after like 25 seconds, you're like, okay, I get it. You got to bang your beat. I know what I'm getting myself into. Continue. Then 30 seconds goes by. I'm all right, guy. Listen, I hear you. I hear the beat. Drop the fucking verse. What are you doing?
Doing it for fun. Give him a little bit of hit.
Get a nigga done. Honestly, the verse is worth the wait, but the beat just takes up. I mean, without the beat in the intro, this song will be like a minute and a half. Still enjoy the track though. Next on this list, we got Noname, and I love her song, her Chicago goddamn anthem with Smino and SABA, giving incredible verses on the track Ace. Love this album. Oh, well, love this song. Album I thought was pretty decent. I thought it was a really good attempt. I thought Noname was a lot more mature on this one, but I really love this song just because their voices and their flows and their charisma. I think that's what gets me with them. Their charisma is just on point. They have such cohesion with each other, even though they sound completely different. They keep the spirit and the vibe of the track alive.
The skin smooth and the shoes contradict. You can hide right up in my country.
Black with Balenciaga Challenge that features Offset. Thought the album in general had a cool vibe to it. Only thing I was a little iffy on was Black's monotone delivery. I thought that the tracks themselves were pretty good. I enjoyed them. The aesthetic was there. I thought the atmosphere was cool. I like dark, you know, emo-ish kind of R&B music, but it just has this natural dark vibe to it. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like Black is going into the studio saying, I gotta sound like this. I feel like this is him. I just feel like as an R&B singer, I want those vocals to kind of come out a little bit more. I mean, he does portray himself more as a rapper than an R&B crooner on this album, so I think that's the only off-putting thing about it. But Balenciaga Challenge, I think that monotone delivery and that laid-back personality works to its benefit, especially with the feature from Offset. Love just the flows, the energy, the bass drops, the intro. Don't waste my time, nigga. I love that. That just, it works. It works. Lil Uzi's been releasing some music recently, and I've been a little iffy on it, but I can confidently say none of it so far from what I've heard has been trash. And usually I look at Lil Uzi as if he's in that spectrum. I guess since I haven't had Uzi music in a long time, the last time I really listened to Uzi all the way through was on his, I think it was Love Is Rage 2 album. I don't know for sure if that was an album or a mixtape, but when I heard it, I thought it was, you know, I didn't think it was great, but it was okay. There was some things on there that I liked, and I guess since I haven't heard Uzi in a little while, hearing him recently has been a little bit refreshing. He released, I guess, possibly released this made-up thing called Symere, or for under his real name, Symere Woods. What? I don't know. It's if there's this track Run It Up on there, the last like minute of it I think is cool. I don't know why. I just haven't heard. If you don't listen to Uzi regularly and you hear this, you might enjoy it. Maybe that's why I like, because I don't listen to Uzi that often. And when I do, I try not to have him in high doses. I try to listen to him in as minimal ways as I humanly can. But I like that song. So if you go under Symere Woods, again, I don't know how to say his name, don't kill me, and you search Run It Up, I like that. There are a few joints on there. It doesn't even sound mixed right, a bunch of it, but like, go through that thing and see what you like. French Montana with No Stylist featuring Drake. I think French Montana actually sounds good on this one. I think he sounds pretty controlled. I think the hook, more than anything, is what reminds me of Travis Scott, and maybe that's why I enjoy the hook a lot more. But I think he does good. I think he doesn't sound like a Travis Scott ripoff. It definitely sounds like a Travis Scott effect. And I think Drake's verse is okay, talking about how they don't need these companies and these stylists and these, you know, big names, these brand names backing them. And of course, they are still talking about other brand names that they have backing them. But in this case, it doesn't seem as though it seems as though they're taking a bit of the power back. It also could be a reference to how they have their own taste and they don't need anybody else to give them advice on their swag or their appeal or how they move. Like, they got this shit on lock. They're doing what they want to do. They don't need advice from nobody. Next track that I thought was beautiful, and I'm not gonna admit to sleeping on this shit because I didn't sleep on it. Y'all tripping. Y'all slept. You sleep. Wake up and watch this video. You probably already are. All right. This is why I don't make content. Anyway, Joji has a new track called whatever is behind me. And I think vocally, I just love I love that Joji is taking control of the songs more. One of my biggest issues with Joji in 2017 was just how it felt like he was blending too much with the instrumental. It felt like he wasn't having a pivotal role in the song itself. It seemed as though he was just as low-key and under the radar as the lo-fi production that he has been known, or so well known for, over the past couple years. I really like Joji, and I think he's got a good voice. I just like to see him use it more, and on this track he definitely does that. Just these beautiful cuts in between. It's so starry. The ambience is great. I love the emotion that you can like feel in this track. And I don't know if the emotion is being painted by the aesthetic of the track, but just listen to it, man. Like, this shit is great. And again, I just like seeing him take control of the track more, utilizing his voice, trying to go somewhere different with the song. I just love the fact that it's just not him blending himself in or trying to hide under the guise of the production. I just think it sounds great. Jesus Christ. The next track on here is Wale, My Boy, off of, I think, the Free Lunch EP that are released sometime last week. Features J. Cole. I like their verses. Nothing crazy. I just like the way they flow, their energy. They seem really confident. Wale seems to be in a better space mentally. Him being dropped from his label, I think, is going to be a benefit to him. Just having that independence, having that creative control. I think he was recently signed, though, to someone else or some other label. I'm not sure. Fact check me on that if I'm wrong. I think I am, but I think I'm not, because I'm right, but I might be wrong. So let me know. But I really enjoyed this track. I think it was cool. It's about what I expect from Wale. This is the energy that I want from Wale. I don't want him to complain. I don't want him to feel sorry for himself, feel bad about his current position. I want him to keep making great music. I want him to keep thriving and keep pushing, because Wale, like I said, it could easily have been in that conversation with the Kendricks and the Coles and the Drakes if he took himself. Like, man, it just sucks seeing potential, and it's just like, what you could have been. Jesus. The next track is from an artist that I've recently started listening to, Shawn, I think his name is. And his 2 tracks off of his most recent project that released this year, I think sound pretty good. My fucking goodness, man. Trying to milli rock with a Bluetooth in one hand and a mic in the other is retarded. That's crazy. It's the bass. The bass, bitch. There is also a nice beat transition in this song, or a beat switch. I'm gonna let y'all hear that on your own, but just know Shawn Leon is a name you should pay attention to. I think it's been associated with people like Daniel Caesar. I get a nice aesthetic from him, but when you listen to his albums, they always sound I guess discombobulated. Like, I think the thing about him that kind of makes him a little bit more of a undesirable artist is just because there's a lack of cohesion in his projects. But I think some of that actually adds to a bit of his appeal, in the sense that it just shows you, if he took himself through an album with one idea, with one sound, where it could go. His most recent project, The Death Of, I think is a pretty good concept, or a pretty good idea. I just think it could be fleshed out in a little bit more of a complete sound. Sometimes they're a little bit more all over the place, but I think you should definitely check it out, because, you know, if you're looking for a new artist or a newer act, I think it's something that you should pay attention to. Also, the other track he has on here is Food Chain. I love his flow. Like, it sounds like you're going into a club, but only meant for video game nerds, where everybody has their own arcade to go to. It sounds like that. That's the best way I could describe it. And the bass is knocking, man. Like, shake some houses when you're rolling down your neighborhood on this track. And last but 100% not least, just an honorable mention / shout out to Lupe Fiasco for his recent work on Drogas Waves. Now, I'm not going to be talking about this too much. I'm just going to give you one song that I've been enjoying and listening to on my own time. But the review most likely will be coming out either Tuesday or Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. I'm coming out with it. It's taken a long time to get my thoughts just completely together for this Lupe album. Just know there's a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm still writing down my thoughts. I still want to know what you guys think about it. But the more and more, like I said, I'm going to keep listening to it a little bit more, but the review should be out soon. His track, Stronger, and then immediately after that one, I think, is California Drug Deals. Oh my God, his flows and his lyricism. Jesus Christmas.
With friends ends like state trials and PayPals and nondescript homes in Arizona and subdivided neighborhoods of floors made of
If I was a slave, this would be my anthem right now. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Cut that out the video. This is his next one, track number 12. Holy shit.
Compose yourself like a self-aware opera conjurer in the zone like Sonic.
I just dropped my speaker. That's literally dropping the bass. See what I did? You don't see what I did, but I see what I did. That is going to be it for the songs playlist for this month. Tried to do these once every week. That ain't gonna happen. Once every 2 weeks, that seems like a bit of a difficult thing to accomplish. 3 weeks, you're kind of cutting it close, but a month seems to be perfect for right now. I'm gonna try to get these out a little bit sooner, but there's just so much that I like to talk about, and in such a collective fashion, it just works better if I do it like this, at least in my opinion. But that's been the playlist video. I hope I haven't depressed anyone by my, I don't know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for 400,000 also, by the way. Other than that, though, thanks for watching. Check the gaming channel, because I'm still uploading Spider-Man over there, if you want to check that out. And, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. It's been fun. It's been real. Make sure to leave your playlist down in the comment section below. I need new music to listen to as well. You're not alone in that. And I'll see y'all next. Oh, wait. Whoa. No, wait. Before you go. Kacey Musgraves. Oh my God. Her album Golden Hour. I listened to this thing 4 months ago, and I just recently came back to it again. Oh my God. If this isn't one of the, oh my God. It's like a country / pop album. It's not as vibrant, or like maybe like not as adventurous as like maybe a Caitlyn Smith or someone who's really doing something and taking the theme of country music to like this newer level, or bending the genre a little bit. It's nothing like that, but I just think the catchiness of some of these songs, fuck. And there are a lot more songs on there that I'm sure people will enjoy. Please listen to that album, because that was one of my best listens of 2018. I don't know why I didn't include that one on my best albums list. God damn, not. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time, and I'm out. Peace. You've seen enough of me. Look at my chest. I'm sorry.